Alright guys, this is a Jor. Okay, we're making a herring color. It has a blue tail. I've got to melt that up. I had some left over. All we need is a little bit to fill the mold to make some tails. We're going for it. Alright guys, we got our liquefied. She's at 335. Alright. There you go. Now, okay, we're going to let that cool. About 5 minutes, we'll open it up and I'll show you what we do from there. Alright. Stuck together. Alright. Tadpole Juniors, they're great guys. Y'all haven't fished them? Here's what we do. I gotta go to each one of them, cut the tail off like this. I'm gonna do 3 of them, show y'all. Okay? Then I take them and put them back in the mold, like that. Alright. Then we're going to shoot the body color, which is Virginia Shad. Here's one right here already finished. Okay. I was shooting them the other day because I was low on stock. And that's what I've done. I had a few left over, so I was taking this fishing with me. Everything, I have a bunch laying here on this table. I give away to people when they come around. Everything on this table is seconds or test colors. Yeah. That's OJ with a pearl tail. Hadn't fished him yet. But we're going to here shortly. Let me get the Virginia Shad color going. Alright guys, I keep my leftovers in containers and in bags, and I have plenty of Virginia Shad. I just need a little bit to fill these 2 little molds, and the tails are in, so it's just the bodies. So yeah, let's heat this up and recook this. It takes about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes to get this where you want it. You go slowly, you keep adding time. It's very easy to burn, guys. Alright, let me get this melted and we'll shoot these bodies. Anytime you remelt, sometimes you get all those bubbles. It's moisture. We're going to the vacuum chamber. After the vacuum chamber. Alright guys, got the Virginia Shad all melted. It's at 350 degrees. Now shoot it hot when I shoot tail colors, because it's got to melt those tails. We want to melt into them. When I'm shooting just a regular mold, you know, nothing, no tails, just a solid color like this Virginia Shad, like this mold right here. I'll just shoot them. I can shoot them 335 usually in that area. But when you shoot a tail color, I'm talking about a color like this, like we're doing, you want that to melt together where the blue and the Virginia Shad meets, right? Same thing would be on this one. You'd want that orange to melt. If you look, see how the orange, yeah, see how the orange went into the pearl a little bit, melted? That's what you want. You know you got a good stick, and some little sunperch won't pull them off on you. Alright guys, you ready to open them? Hey, guess what I've been making today? That's right, banana pepper. I made a bunch of them today, guys. Banana pepper's been a good selling color, and I've sold a bunch of them this week. So I remade some yesterday, and we made some today. Alright. Try to keep all the colors in stock. I'm low on a couple right now. I just looked on my site last night, and I'll just have to get time to catch up with those. But I had to get this shop part done on these porta catches today. This evening. Bam! It was like all of them came out too. That's why I hold pressure. If I don't, these little heads won't fill out. Aren't they pretty now? Virginia Shad is a great color. The body color, looks like a minnow, doesn't it? Okay, it's a smoke, guys, with silver, black, very few blue flakes, and chartreuse flakes in it. Yeah. Alright, that's what makes it so good. It's kind of like a sexy shad color. Some of y'all bass fish some too know what I'm talking about. I don't think they use that term in crappie baits, but in bass baits they do. They have been since the early 2000s, maybe even the 90s. They come out the crankbaits, right, that were shad looking, but they had a little chartreuse line down the side, and they call it sexy shad. Alright? So that's kind of my version of that. A little bit of chartreuse flakes in it. Alright guys, y'all know the routine. It's 1 to 400. Okay, you put your number down. Alright? And then, this is Sunday when I load this video. On Wednesday nights after 5, sometime after 5, 5:10, 5:15, whatever. That's when I do it. I use a random number draw. It gives me a number, and we'll see who comes closer to that number. If it gives me 200, and you put down 201, and somebody put down 195, then 195 is going to win. It's whoever gets the closest without going over the number. All right, it's the only rule we kind of have. That separates us in case we have somebody on each side of the number. We'd have to argue about it, right? We'd have to flip a quarter. So that keeps us from flipping a quarter, okay? So what's fair for one is fair for all, right? All right, and I start at 10. I do 10 to 400 for some of y'all new guys. And the reason I do that, if I start at 1, it could give us the number 1. The other number could win then is what? 1. That's right, because you can't go over the number. If it gave us a number 5, the other number could win. It'd be 1 through 5, right? That's right. So I start at 10. And so you could put down the number 8. And if it gives us the number 10, you're right there. Somebody was putting down a low number, and they won a couple of weeks ago, or about a month ago. They was putting down 25 or 35, and it gave us something like, I don't know what it was now. It gave us 18 or something like that, and they won. So, you know, you never know, guys. It's a random number draw. I do that on Wednesday nights. I film myself. I show that on Thursday mornings, okay? Sundays for the catch. Wednesdays are fun videos about fishing a bait, or something like that, okay? Sometimes I throw one in on Friday. I did this Friday. I threw one in on this morning on the fry, right? So I'll do that once in a while, guys. It depends on the fishing. The fishing's been terrible since the 1st of August. The last 2 trips out, I've done pretty good. So I threw one in on this Friday, okay? It's starting to get better. Our water went from 82 degrees to 72 degrees in about 2 weeks. It's supposed to be 45 degrees tonight. It's 72 or something like it right now. It's supposed to be 45 tonight. So if it gets down to 45, and all this next coming week is supposed to be in the 40s at night, that water temperature is coming down. Crappie fishing is going to start getting better. It's going to be that fall feed, guys. You need to get after them. These small baits will flat catch fish. You need a number 6 hook, okay? All right, guys, I think I covered everything. Appreciate y'all, guys. Fish and Lake Country Dennis. Check out Lake Country Baits you're having. 17 body shapes for y'all new guys. 17 body shapes, you name it. Big tadpoles. This is a full-size tadpole. There's Stinger Juniors, LC Shad, swim baits. Okay. Shine. This is a Shiner swim bait. Yeah, it's a 2-inch. Check it out, guys. See y'all Wednesday night on the draw. Good luck to everybody. Damn, that's a baby. Alright, guys, trying to find some fish. Finding big fish right now is very tough. That's a very small one. This is the Tadpole Jr. Now, guys, the Tadpole Jr. will catch fish of all sizes. I just loaded. This is September 30th, 29th. I just loaded a picture on Facebook of a nice crappie, a 14-inch crappie. But he was actually like 13 7/8. But anyway, he was caught on Tadpole Jr. Y'all gonna see that in the video coming up, and see it for this one probably. If y'all keep up with Crappie Connection, back in August, in one of his live streams, he said they was doing the best on, if you go back and find it, on 1.25 to 1.5 baits, and they're using that little itsy bitsy swimmer. And is it 1.5 or 1.25? And he said he's even using some 3/4 inch stuff. And there was a crappie tournament, the USA tournament that was won, I think it was last year. And the guys were using baits that was in the 1-inch area size. So yeah, and they won a tournament with it. So anyway, the size of the bait don't always necessarily mean the size of fish you're going to catch. To catch big fish, you got to be amongst them, right? For example, you might have a patch of woods that you're deer hunting in, and it only has 4 points, spikes and 4-pointers in there. Well, you're not gonna kill a 10-point buck if it's not one close by you. I had a guy, I was working for a guy about 2 weeks ago. He showed me these pictures of this huge buck he's been taking pictures of from his game camera. I mean, it was big old horns. So he knows there's a big buck in that area he hunts, right? So he's got a good chance of killing that buck and killing a nice buck, all right? But you're not going to catch 2-pound fish if there's none around. 2-pound fish in this lake, there are some here. I've caught some. 1 year I caught 9, 1 year. This year I don't think I've caught a 2-pound fish I can think of. It's just the way it is. The lakes go in cycles. I know some decent fish here. Now you go to Kerr Lake, they catch a lot of 2-pound fish. They're right common up there, okay? Now, those in summertime, they get hard to find too. As the water cools off, they'll start showing up again. Got another one, guys. The guys, I'm fishing. Be honest with you, it's hard for me to tell if it's a stump or a little brush pile. I was in this area a couple of weeks ago and made a video that y'all probably have already seen by now. I think you're going to see it this coming Sunday. And I caught them on swim baits. So, but there's a lot of scattered stuff in this area. That's why I come here. That's it. Look at that. Just talking about that. This fish is not 2 pounds. It's 11.5 inch fish. It's a nice fish. Yeah, you take those all day, right? All right, guys, next cast. I seem to like this little color. This color's called herring. Of course, you already know that. You've seen it in the thumbnail. I just made, the reason I'm fishing with it, I just made and restocked them. Right now, I don't keep many in these tail colors, guys. I try to keep 8 to 10 bags in there. When I get down to 5 or 6, I make some. He's about 10 inches. And what herring is Virginia shad with a blue tail, okay? Now I'm using a blue head too. I don't know if that makes much difference or not. I just happen to have a blue head on there. A lot of y'all are buying the Virginia shad color. I just finished making a video with the fluke and the Virginia shad and using it in that thing. Virginia shad is a good natural watercolor. Our water's pretty clear right now. I can see the bait. It's about 2 inches on the water. I can see it easily. Okay, and it looks like a little minnow. A little tail just kicking. The blue tail just gives it a little bit more kick, a little more appeal, if you want to say. It's like using a chartreuse tail. Blue is a good color too in water because blue shows up to fish good. Blue's a good natural color, right? Damn. Wow. He wanted it. He's not very big, is he? Let's see if we can get the bait out of his mouth. All right, little fella. Bam. It's not like he's a little nicer. I don't know. He's mean. Oh, he's a nice one. Tadpole Jr. Herring color. The herring color hooked good too. I can't get my hand down in there, guys. There you go. Told you that's how I messed up so many hooks. That's a nice fish. He's probably over 11. Bam. On the herring color. Decent fish. All right, guys. All right, guys. My camera cut off for whatever reason. I got trying to run 2 cameras. A good 10-inch fish. Herring. Wow, this don't feel that big. I moved, guys. Well, he's fighting now. Yeah, he's nice. Moved on y'all, guys. Those fish up there got so all the dope was licking it. He ain't big as I think he was. I thought he was big when I seen him jump. Oh, he's 10 inches. He's a 10. It's like I said, guys, we have a few nice fish here. I run into them every once in a while. I went to a group of fish that are 12, 13, 14. In the spring, you got a good chance to catch them that size. But the average fish on my lake right here is 10 to 12 inches. They're average big fish. Okay? They ain't like Grenada. That's enough. He's about 10. He's right there probably the 10-inch range. All right, guys. That's on that herring. I watch these guys, you know, on my Facebook, on my Fishing Lake Country Facebook. Y'all haven't checked it out. I put something on it all the time, guys. Not every week. You know, sometimes it gets past me. You know, and I don't think about it. I did put pictures of this new flooring on the other day. My wife said, yeah, put it on Facebook. I said, yeah, go ahead and do it. And we put it on there. She helps me keep with that stuff too, much as she can. But anyway, I try to add something every once in a while like that. Okay, so y'all check that out if you get a chance. But like I said, I put that nice fish on there was Tadpole Jr. But I caught like 6 that day that were really nice fish off the same dock. Y'all, hopefully y'all have seen that video before you see this one. And That's what it is, guys. You got to find a nicer fish. Today, I have found a lot of small fish. I just left a dock around this corner that probably had 50 on it. Yeah, there was a bunch there. And I think some of them were sunfish mixed with them, but they wasn't very big. They keep bumping me. I hooked one and lost it at the boat. He was like that. He was probably 7.5, 8 inches. That was it, so I left because all the marks were the same size, so I knew they was all that size. Now, that's a good thing. I know some of you, they're only catching small fish. If you're in a lake that has plenty of shad, and I just seen a school of shad, and they got plenty to eat. Now here's a school right here. See here? I can probably spin this thing around. I'm going to the right here now. That's where that fish came from. That's what I just caught. Okay, it's a little bit of trash right there. There's a piece of trash at 50 foot too. But anyway, there you go. School of shad right there. If you got plenty of bait fish in your lake like that, and there's plenty for them to eat, they're going to get 14, 15 inches, all right? Lakes that doesn't have many big crappie at all, they're not getting enough to eat. You take Grenada, the reason Grenada, and there was a the Crappie Connection has a video about it, talking to a game biologist on there. They do things to that lake to promote these big fish. They do stuff to promote the minnow growth. They drain the lake down every year. They drain it down way down. They put grass, they plant grasses when they drain it down. So those grasses grow up. So when the lake comes back, those grasses feed the minnows. If you're feeding the minnows and you have a good minnow and a good bait fish population, your crappie are going to grow bigger and fatter. You know, ain't like the cows and anything. You fatten cows up before you butcher them. You fatten pigs up. We used to raise pigs and cows. Guys, when Mom was a youngster on the farm back at home. And you fatten them up, you fat them a lot because you want them to get big and healthy and have a lot of meat on them, right? That's the same thing with crappie. You got lakes that have better production of big fish because they have more to eat. It's that simple. This lake has decent crappie and decent size. It gets fished a lot in the spring. Right now, I'm the only one I've seen fishing today. I've seen one other guy fishing, and he was bass fishing. Now, it'll get beat tomorrow that I've actually seen. I've seen some other boats. I expect some of them was fishing because some of them were bass boats, but actually I seen fishing was one guy. It'll get beat tomorrow. It had a tournament last weekend. It was a tournament here 2 weekends before that. I knew it was a high school tournament from all over the east coast of Virginia. It was like 100 and some boats. So the lake gets fished heavily for bass, and it gets fished for crappie. I don't know of a crappie tournament that's ever been here I know of, but private crappie tournaments, like club tournaments. There's clubs out of Richmond, Virginia. They had one here last year, and it wasn't that many boats, 10 or 15 or 20. So, but they do get fished for here, all right? And a lot of people catch them and eat them. In the spring, if y'all go back and look at my videos in February and March, you'll see other boats around me. I remember one time I said this, there was a guy, I heard him over talking, and the guy said, how many crappies in the cooler? And he's in there counting them. He said, we got 70 couple. So they was keeping crappie now, already kept 70. So yeah, these fish do get fished for, but when you have a bunch of young fish and you're catching a bunch of 6 and 7 inches in a good lake, that means next year you're going to have a lot of 9 and 10 inches, right? They grow a couple inches a year, guys. The biologist said most crappie will reach 12 inches in 3 to 4 years. That's what he said in that video, if they got plenty to eat. Again, it depends on what they got to eat. All right, guys, but hey, we're here lately. Last week I caught some nice fish. That's the first nice fish I caught for a long time. That's why I put a picture of them on Facebook. Today, I didn't catch anything big. I don't think I caught anything over 11 inches, but that's the way it goes, all right? Find the big fish, and then you got to catch them, right? Appreciate y'all guys. Tadpole Jr., if we're having trouble catching fish, the fishing's slow. It's during this hot weather, we're in a tough time right now. It's been tough. It's a good time to use your junior bait. A lot of my videos lately, I know y'all probably think, Dennis, your videos in the last couple of weeks have all been Stinger Juniors, Tadpole Juniors. That's right, because that's what I'm catching fish on. Hey guys, giving you some ideas. Again, don't be afraid to change places, colors, body shapes. When the fishing's tough, that's what I just made a video and put out this week about that. Mixing it up. Don't be afraid to switch up and change, okay? Like I said, sometimes that's what you got to do to catch fish. See y'all next time. Fishing Lake Country.